Good morning. This is Caleb Mercer, and this is today's Quiet Echo. Before 6 o'clock last Tuesday, I drove past the senior center, and I saw Ruth carrying folding chairs in the dark. It was cold enough to see her breath. She was not hurrying, she was just doing it, the way you do a thing you have done 10,000 times. I knew it was Ruth because I have watched her do it for years. She parks her old station wagon at the curb, props the door open with her hip, and carries the chairs two at a time from the closet to the big room, and sets them up in neat rows. Then she gets the kitchen going for the 10 o'clock meal. By the time the first widower shuffles in around 9, the room is warm, the chairs are straight, and Ruth is at the stove with her sleeves pushed up. And not one of the people who eat there has the faintest idea she was standing out in the cold at 5:45. I only know because I keep strange hours and because a mayor learns, if he is paying any attention at all, who really runs a town. It is almost never the folks at the meetings. It is the Ruths. She has been doing this, unpaid, most mornings, for something like 9 years now. Her husband used to come to the meal before he passed. She kept right on coming after he was gone. I asked her once why she does it. She looked at me the way you might look at a man who just asked why the sun bothers to come up in the morning. Somebody has to set the chairs, she said. And she went back to setting them. I have thought about her answer more than she will ever know. Not, somebody ought to. Not, somebody should. Somebody has to, and she had looked around the room, and she was the somebody standing in it. I have been thinking about Ruth all week, because the whole country has just decided to try, for one day, to become her. There is a good effort underway, a serious one, tied to the nation's 250th birthday, to turn the 4th of July into a national day of service. They are calling it Giving Forth. It is run by the nonpartisan commission Congress set up for the anniversary, and I do not want to make light of it, because it is not a small thing. Tens of thousands of brand new volunteers have already signed up. More than 1 million hours of service have already been logged. And the woman who chairs the commission put it about as plainly as it can be put. Service, she said, is how we strengthen the bonds among us. I believe every word of it. I hope it works. I hope 100 million people give something away this Saturday and find they like the feeling of it enough to do it again on Sunday and the Tuesday after. But I want to tell you what I have learned, standing in the dark, watching Ruth carry those chairs. The whole country is trying to schedule, for one shining day, the exact thing Ruth already does every plain, ordinary Tuesday, for nobody's applause at all. There is no counter anywhere logging her hours. There is no pledge form with her name on it. She is not doing it for the 250th anniversary of anything. She is doing it because somebody has to set the chairs, and she is somebody, and the chairs are sitting right there in the closet. I do not think Ruth has ever once thought of herself as generous. Generous is a word for people who have decided to be good. Ruth never decided anything. She just saw a cold room and a stack of chairs, and her hands did the rest, and they have been doing it every winter morning since before her husband's chair sat empty at the table. Now, every town has its Ruths. You know yours. She is the woman who carries the shut in his mail. He is the man who plows out 3 of his neighbors' driveways before he ever gets to his own, and never says a word about it. They are the ones who quietly fix the broken thing before anybody even thinks to call it in. And they were doing it long before anyone gave it a name or a hashtag. And they will still be doing it long after the fireworks this weekend are swept up off the street. I am the mayor of this town, and I am going to tell you the truest thing I know about how a town actually holds itself together. It does not happen at the podium. It happens at 5:45 in the morning, out in the cold, one folding chair at a time. The country is right to want more of this. I only want us to remember, while we are signing our pledges and logging our hours, the thing we are reaching for has been here the whole time, in every town, wearing a cardigan, carrying 2 chairs. So here is the one thing I would ask of you this 4th of July. It costs you nothing, and it does not require a pledge. Find your town's Ruth. You already know who she is. Go down to wherever it is she does her quiet work, and get there early, and catch her before the crowd shows up. Say her name out loud. Tell her you see her, and you have seen her all along. And then pick up the other end of the chairs. The fireworks will take care of themselves. This country was never once held up by the light in the sky. It has been held up all along, from the very beginning, by the people who came early and stayed late and asked for nothing in return. On every plain and unremarkable morning in between the Fourths, front porch is open. Who is your town's Ruth? Come tell us her name and the quiet thing she does before the rest of us are awake. We are gathering to share our stories and keep company with respect and no party lines. Come sit with us. I will put the link in the show notes. This is Caleb Mercer, your host for today's Quiet Echo. Thanks for listening.
You've been listening to the Cedar Valley News Podcast, where small-town voices meet the headlines shaping our world. From faith and family to front porches and fields. We'll be back with more stories connecting real lives to real events. Until next time, keep your porch light on, your faith strong, and your heart open. This is Cedar Valley News.